When I was in college, I had a guy he owned a pressure washing business, and he hired me when I was finna graduate college, and I was working for him for like 2 or 3 years, and he was an amazing dude. And man, one thing I told myself was, I was like, how can I use this business to open up doors for other people, open up doors for myself, and make money, right? It's another stream of income. And so what I did was I worked with my guy all summer, and I asked him, I said, hey, listen, if I bought my own equipment, if I bought my own, business, would you let me join business with you? Would you help me? And he mentored me. So one thing I did was I found a mentor who was successful, who had a business going. He gave me a business plan, and we had it together, and we've been in business ever since. Once I started doing business with him, my mom introduced me to her friend who owns real estate. She owns about 12, 15 properties. And she was like, you could be really successful doing real estate. So I saved my money right. I took that money and I went and bought one property. One turned into two turned into three. So now I own 4 properties. So I own 4 real estate properties. And the thing is, I always have my whys of why I do it. Like, the reason what made me want to get into real estate, because I wanted to have a plan for my future. And I also wanted to help people who couldn't get in a regular house, who had bad credit, who maybe been to jail before. So a lot of my properties, it's a second chance opportunity. My properties are second chance opportunities. I'm looking for people who just might need a break. Like, man, I just really need to get into this house. My background is good. I just got this one thing from 16, right? I'm not finna hold that against you. So that's why I started doing real estate, and it gave me opportunity to provide for people. My pressure washing business gave me opportunity. So I had over 10, 15 high school students work with me on projects. I had over adults working with me. One of my projects we're doing right now, we clean downtown Memphis. We clean the trolley stations. And I was at the homeless shelter. I was volunteering at the homeless shelter with my church. And there was a guy next to me, and he overheard me talking about my pressure washing business because my cousin was in there. And I was trying to give my cousin a job because my cousin was in the homeless shelter. And I'm like, cuz, what you doing in the homeless shelter? Like, they hurt my heart. Like, why you didn't reach out to family? Like, you need a job. You can come work with me. And my cousin was kind of just in it like, nah, man, I don't want no job. I don't want to work. But the homeless guy next to me was begging for a job. Man, please give me a job. Please hire me. And I was like, man, I don't know if I could do that. I don't really know you. I don't really trust you. And he was just begging me. So I said, man, look, meet me here at this time. If you here and show up every day, be reliable, I'll give you a job. I met the guy for a month. He was always on time. He was always there. And I gave him a job. Now he works for me full time. And so that's right there is the blessing, bro, of giving back. You don't start a business because you want to be a millionaire. If you work hard enough and you make enough sales, yeah, you're going to be a millionaire from your business. But you start a business because you want to help the next person who just need it bad. And so for me to be able to give him a job, for him to work with me, to him tell me his story about how he on his second strike and he just trying to stay out of jail, trying to keep working, how he in rehab. One time he told me, he called me, he said, man, look, I'm going through it right now. I want to pick back the dope up. Can you keep my job? I'm going to rehab for 30 days. Can I keep my job? I said, of course. Call me once a week when he was in rehab. Boss, I still got my job. I'm doing good here. I ain't touching no dope. Of course, man. He come back home. He still got his job because that's what it's really about, bro. That's what life about. Life about giving back, about loving the next person, about being a provider, bro. In life, you either gonna be you gotta be a provider for people. You gotta be a producer for people. That's how you really get to the next level. Like, people who billionaires and millionaires and who successful is because they provide for people. They give people opportunities, and you gotta make a plan of how you want your life to look and who you wanna be. So that's just a little bit about how I got into business and what pushed me and what motivated me and why I'm doing what I'm doing now. Yeah, so.